Bingo! Parker lost it inside, picked up by Wes Person. Ahead it goes to a much lighter Carmelo Anthony, and showing it right there. He's lost about 10 pounds since earlier in the season.
Well, you can see his body's leaner. He's in much better shape. He's quicker. He's more efficient. The message that Jeff Bzdelik was sending was the same as George Karl's. It's just the messenger was different, and he started listening.
Oh, and a great pass. Miller hitting Anthony, sailing off the baseline. What a great passer Andre Miller is, especially that lob pass.
Well, Greg Popovich is upset because you know he's talked about the lob passes.
You know, Carmelo Anthony, you know, losing the weight and just in terms of more activity around the basket, and now he's not a ball stopper. He gets the ball, he moves, he makes a move quicker.
Carmelo Anthony.
Well, again, we see that lob pass from Andre Miller. He will throw that ball up because he trusts his big man. They all have great hands and can finish at the basket. Anthony started the quarter now with 2 layups after struggling the first half and being on the bench with 3 fouls.
Denver closed the first half on an 11-2 run.
Davis passed.
What a pass is right. And fouled inside is Carmelo Anthony. Foul goes on Bowen for the second time.
I didn't realize Andre Miller was as good a passer as he is. I mean, that was a bullet pass right down the lane. Tony Parker's going to have to put good pressure on him because when he backs off of him, he can throw the lob or he can throw that pass right down the lane. So it's going to be important for Parker to really put ball pressure on him so he cannot see the floor so easily. You just have to track the numbers. When they get 18 or more, they're 35 and 5, and they don't, they're like 14 and 28. So that 18-point barrier, or that number, when they get out and run, that's when they're at their best. And when you get them in a half-court game, they have a tendency to struggle. But tonight, they are playing well. They're poised and in position here.
And Anthony now has 8 points in the second half and 12 for the game, and none more difficult than that one.
5 minutes to go. Home court. San Antonio find a way to get this win, or is Denver going to take the lead in this series?
14th time. Boykins. Offensive rebound, the third in this fourth quarter by Anthony. He puts in 2, and Carmelo getting hot. He's got 14.
Again, second shot opportunities.
7-0 run by the Denver Nuggets. Martin slips it into Anthony. And over Bowen, and that's going to be an interesting matchup to watch too. Bowen against Anthony early on.
Well, it's one of the few small forwards that San Antonio doubles down on the low block. They'll double him. They do Rashard Lewis when they play Seattle.
DeMar Johnson and Carmelo Anthony. Wide open Anthony. I don't know if someone just forgot their assignment or what, but he knocks it in against the Spurs. We have Barry, Nazi Muhammad, Bowen, Parker, and Tim Duncan on the floor.
Confusion there with Bowen and Duncan. They thought they were going to switch, and they didn't. Both of them went to Kenyon Martin. 2 of 14 now for Martin.
And Anthony will try just that, and he does. It's a 14-3 run by the Nuggets to begin the second half. We were wondering what kind of heart they would show coming out after getting blown out in the first half.
But I like what they're doing here. They're going zone. They're trying to change the game. And again, you're going to force Parker to make some shots. You get close and they get 3 or 4 straight baskets, and they put you right back down by 20. Looks like Carmelo Anthony's starting to feel a little bit. He sees the double team coming that time. Instead of trying to go all the way, he pulled his dribble back to create some space. So he did a better job there. No, they started out not calling that play. You have to know from night to night. And they're not calling those little touch fouls, those little bump fouls where guys are falling down. They're saying stand up and play. And you have to recognize that early.
Anthony spins in the paint.
They are getting where they want, when they want, how they want. And that is impressive.
The biggest lead Denver has enjoyed in either game is 9 points. They have not had a double-digit lead, and of course San Antonio once was up by 34 as Anthony steps outside and knocks it down again, so he's hit his last 2. San Antonio led game 2 by 34 before winning it by 28. Takes it outside. There's Anthony underneath. He worked for that field goal.
Guess he figures he'll do it himself. I mean, I know they're not going out of their way not to get him the ball, but when the offense is not going and you need someone to rescue you, he would seem to be a logical choice.
Shot clock coming down toward 10 for Andre. They give it to Anthony. He's double blocked, comes back with it, and it's 50-41.
What do you know?
Now can they hold on defensively? God goal, the all-timers. And Bowen commits the personal on Anthony. He wasn't going to let him pull the trigger. Again, like we said, Bowen, one of the best on-ball defenders in the NBA.
If either team been able to make their free throws, it would get Denver back in this game, or San Antonio way up.
Parker's speed. And Carmelo Anthony with a 2. 4:13 here in the third. Buckner put it down to get inside Ginobili. And then he fires up an air ball. Anthony, though, with a strong rebound and a whistle. Parker picked up 3 of his 4 fouls this quarter. So the attitude of the Nuggets seems to have changed markedly here. Duncan turns that right shoulder. Oh, and double team, beautiful, stolen there by Andre Miller. Took it away from him. Comes to the other end. And Carmelo Anthony. But it was Andre Miller's steal that did it. A 6-0 run. Crowd loves it. The Nuggets are thundering back into this game.
Look at that great timing. Tim Duncan doesn't even see him coming. Then it's let's go, put it in 5th gear. Get it to Carmelo Anthony for a finish and the game.
The Energizer Bunny is back up for the Nuggets. Boykins will check back in. And on a cut away from the ball, Bowen picks up another foul for San Antonio. And Bowen
and play our game. Brent?
All right, Jimmy, and with that free throw, the Nuggets now are 11 of 21. Udrich is at the point. Anthony knocks down another free throw. Buckner is taking the point guard. Brent Berry, good shooter. He's got Boykins on him. That's a size mismatch. Load Anthony coming up. He'll be shooting free throws.
I think that's going to be your primary option right now.
50%, that's their number.
We'll see if San Antonio gets something here involving Mono Ginobili, or just pick and roll and try to get the ball back down to Tim Duncan on the left block.
Buckner is checked back in to defend Parker and keep him out of the paint from what he did last time. The cleanup man's Carmelo Anthony. Hustling down the floor with Miller. Anthony, right spot, right time. Margins 3, 135. That's why we all watch the NBA.
5 of 19, played only 5 minutes in the first half with foul difficulty.
And Carmelo Anthony, who is really staggered from the field, averaging 7 less points in the playoffs than he did in the regular season.
It looks like they're trying to get him more on the move today, rather than just posting him on that low block, because when he's being posted, he's being double teamed.
And inside, Carmelo Anthony, Nene and Boykins have come in for the Denver Nuggets. You think they're putting Anthony in different places tonight?
Well, I think they're going to, because I think the Spurs really locked into him on that one low block, moving him around. They've had him at the top of the floor tonight, the other side. That time,
Boykins already in there. And of course, here's Johnson, as Doug just said. And here comes Carmelo Anthony with a nice impressive play. And Carmelo Anthony has got 6 along with Camby. They lead the Nuggets.
best start yet for Anthony. Getting to the basket, he's had a couple post-ups, he's had a layup, he's done a nice job out of a double team, getting a couple jump shots for his teammates. The game is a lot more fun to watch now, and I think you're seeing it in the playoffs. The referees are calling the game the same way. Scores are up, free throw shooting is up. I like it. Ginobili playing now against Carmelo Anthony down on the block. As Glenn Robinson comes in the game, defensively he cannot match him. This is the 10th and 11th free throw attempts of this quarter. So now all of a sudden, if you're Denver, you want to think, get to that free throw line, keep attacking. These are the way you get easy points. The clock is stopped, you can get your defense back, get a chance to rest. Getting that line is vital.
Nene, Anthony, Camby, Miller, Boykins, the Denver Five. Brian Russell is in the game, Kenyon Martin, and Andre Miller. There is a drive inside.
Now it really gets interesting. You know, Houston loses, they're out. So they will be playing with a frenzy, and Dallas better not relax. And I think it's just going to go back to Game 7. They're going to win because we've seen that, Houston already win twice.
Anthony, this time across the lane on Duncan and foul. Robinson was in there defending after Duncan let him into the paint.
So once again, starting to go to work to get to that line, get in a penalty. It's what keeping Denver in the game. They haven't been able to get any field goals, but the free throw line has been good.
I want to touch on something you talked about earlier in the game, that the burning sensation you get. We're in the mile-high city, over 5,000 feet above sea level. As a player, how did you handle coming to Denver? And when you coach teams coming into Denver, what'd you do?
Well, you know what you try to do as a player is run hard early in the game and get that burn early, then get a rest and come back and recover. As a coach, you try to go to your bench early, maybe get some guys involved.
Russell inside, Carmelo. Nice aggressive play.
That's twice Duncan has mistimed his jump. He went up to get the ball. That time it hung on the rim. Had he touched it, would have been goaltending. Last possession here for the Spurs. Trying to push this to a double-digit lead going in at halftime.
Nuggets break an 8-minute and 45-second scoring drought from the field with that aggressive play by Carmelo Anthony. There's a foul. It's on Manu Ginobili. And that's the third on him. Here's that hard foul we were talking about. I mean, three guys. It looked like a pinball inside. Hurt his back and hurt his groin, and Carmelo was fined $7,500 and ejected.
That's why you're seeing so many quick whistles. So they've got to win this game tonight.
Penalty at 7:36, Doug.
Well, that's what they did in the second quarter when they were able to get to the free throw line at the 7:51 mark of the second quarter and made 12 of 13 free throws.
Nene. Anthony against Ginobili.
Another foul. This is just go to the basket. Greg Popovich thought he pushed off with his left arm. Players that they could put out at the end of the game.
53 free throw attempts so far. Carmelo Anthony from the free throw line has gone 10-12. He's got a Denver high 18 points.
The Spurs need something now from Ginobili.
Rebounding is tied at 35 apiece. Carmelo Anthony. Carmelo Anthony. What a great first step by Anthony.
Well, they found a play that's worked. They're going a screen roll situation with Boykins and Anthony. They're helping off Anthony, and he's just stepping back, either taking the jump shot or driving the ball to the basket. San Antonio's going to have to adjust. Oh, what a catch.
The Spurs have a foul to give. What a great shot by Carmelo Anthony. He's got 24 points.
That's why I wanted to see the ball in his hands on the last possession. He's got it going right now. Let him make the plays.
And Boykins has it with a couple of screens. Parker's on him. 3-second difference. Game clock and shot clock. Carmelo Anthony bulldozing inside. Duncan grabbed it, and that is a foul. And it's on Tim Duncan. And Duncan picks up number 4 for the San Antonio Spurs.
You got to love what Anthony does here. He does not settle for the jump shot. Drive into the lane and put the onus on the official to make the call. And you could see Duncan gets his hand on his wrist, right? You'll be able to see it right there. That's a foul. That's a good call. See if he can step up and make them both.
He's 10 of 12 tonight.
Remember, this guy now is a champion. As a freshman, he led Syracuse to the NCAA championship. He's played under this kind of pressure. His first experience in the playoffs last year was not a positive one. Game 4 ended his playoffs last year when he was 1 of 16. He hurt his knee in that game against Minnesota, did not play in Game 5. Tonight, he's been terrific.
And San Antonio will take a timeout as we are tied at 107. Carmelo Anthony. Anthony tipped it in. That's who they're going to give it to. He now has 28 along with Boykins. 28, both leading Denver in that category.
Can the Spurs win this game with Duncan out on the road to go up 3-1?
Duncan down the lane. Oh, but finish. He got shoved by Canby. No call. Anthony answers the other way with a dunk.
Like he always does.
Yeah.
And he handled, going to the bench. He didn't perceive it as a demotion. He wanted to do what was best for the team. He doesn't pout about it. And you see other people in other cities talking about wanting to start, and it's their ego most of the time that they're complaining about. Manu Ginobili, he's such an unselfish ball player. The Spurs are very fortunate to have him.
Anthony stops the Spurs 8-2 run. Parker had the three-point play, and then the illegal defense.
His latest after game 4 was the NCAA talk, where it's just like being in the tournament. You lose one more, you're going home. And it's interesting, he drug up the Boston Red Sox mentality. Hey, they were down 3-1 to the Yankees. The Spurs are the Yankees. We can come back like the Red Sox. And that's exactly the mentality they're hoping to take for the rest of this postseason, however long it lasts.
Anthony pulls them within one. Thanks, Brian. 2019. If George Karl use anything, he's got to. Canby. Well, the NBA has been catching you-know-what for officiating, not just in the Spurs series, but, of course, there's the whole Jeff Van Gundy deal with the Rockets and the Mavericks, and there's been numerous complaints. And one of them is, what is a screen and what is an illegal screen anymore?
Yeah, it was confusing if it's changing from one game to the next.
Technical called on Ori, and he now gets the explanation that I think he wanted a moment ago. As a result, Anthony gets the free throw, though, and makes it 31-30. Nuggets fall within one. Anthony against Duncan. He scores, he's fouled, and he'll go to the line. Oh, what a frustrating turnaround for the Spurs.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Again, the turnovers. They make a costly mistake, a turnover, or a defensive lapse, and they let the Nuggets right back in it.
End of quarter woes. It's like, can this team just stop with about a minute and say, tack that on to the next quarter and we'll play 13.
I hear you.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, they have not been good at ending quarters here in this first series, and Denver wasn't there nearly quick enough.
Nuggets, Miller weaving into the lane, kicks it off. Anthony over Duncan and scores, and Carmelo Anthony makes it 52-51. He's got 13 now. Saves Anthony. And a foul.
And there you have it. You have a great defensive effort by Nazr Mohammed, and then you squander the outlet pass.
Carmelo Anthony will go to the line. And that's another one of those possible 4-point swings.
Yeah, and there have been a lot of them tonight. There's been one in the Spurs' favor when Earl Boykins missed that shot. That wide open layup, and they had Robert Horry chasing him down. The Spurs went the other way and scored, but most of them have gone in the Nuggets' favor. Just when the Spurs are getting ready to break the game open or get some breathing room, they make a critical error, and the Nuggets capitalize.
Lead is again cut to 2 and 15 for Carmelo Anthony. Robinson's got 4. Spurs' biggest lead. Anthony to answer, yes. Cuts it back to 5. 77-72 as Melo has 17.
As great a player as Carmelo Anthony is, he should never get all the way to the rim. It looks like the Nazr Mohammed in game 1.
Anthony going against Robinson. Mohammed trying to help. Anthony stripped the ball, and a foul is called on Glenn Robinson. It's the second. Spurs need to finish now with 3:20 to go. Anthony, the and one opportunity is Carmelo Anthony. We'll say one thing about him. He has made it known publicly. I want the ball. You saw what the Spurs did out in Denver. They gave it to Tim. Give me the ball. George Karl disagrees with him, but you got to like his attitude at least.
You do. And this is where the help defense just gets there too late. Bruce Bowen playing the right defense. He's told to force Carmelo Anthony toward the baseline, toward the basket, and as soon as he turns, the big man's going to be there. That time, the big was there too late.
Boykins brings it up. Looking to Carmelo Anthony. Scores again. So 5 quick points from Carmelo Anthony, and the Nuggets are not finished yet. 85-78, 2:44 to go, and Anthony with 22 points.
That time he just got positioned quickly on Bruce Bowen. As soon as he caught the ball, he went right away. He didn't allow the double team to develop.
Here's Carmelo. Lays it up and in.
He's got game, that's for sure. That's a crazy move there by Carmelo Anthony to get all the way to the rim.
Manu Ginobili. Spurs by 8. We approach a minute. Ginobili is fouled.